The popular money-sharing app Venmo has recently come out with their first ever credit card. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at this. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, this credit card is in a soft release phase, meaning that you cannot simply go out and apply for this credit card. This credit card is targeted at the moment to specific existing Venmo users. Now, I'm sure at some point in the future, once this soft release phase has ended, you will be able to go out and actually apply for this card if you were not specifically targeted. So, because you can't actually apply for it just yet, we don't have all of the detailed information like what kind of credit score is required in order to actually stand a realistic chance of being approved for this credit card. In addition, this card is going to offer cash back, but the cash back system that they have set up with this card is a little bit unique and it's kind of interesting. So it has a 3-2-1 system set up. So essentially, whichever category for that particular month you spend the most money on, you'll earn 3% cash back on that category. And then your next highest spending category, you will earn 2% cash back on that particular category, and then everything else gets 1% for that month. And these categories are going to be calculated automatically, and they're going to be based on your spending. So, for example, if one particular month you end up spending a lot of money on restaurants, you're going out to eat a bunch, then for that month, restaurants and dining would be your 3% cashback category. But maybe the next month you're not going out to eat very much at all, so a different category would end up being your 3% category for that particular month. And so in some ways, this system is fantastic because no matter what, you are going to get the most bang for your buck out of whichever category you spend the most in for that particular month. Now, as far as categories go, you're going to see all of the classic spending categories that most credit cards have. So you're going to have things like transportation and travel, groceries, entertainment, dining and nightlife, bills and utilities, health and beauty, and gas. On their product webpage, they give a theoretical example of what your spending might be for a particular month and the cash back that you would earn based on that spending. So in this example, this theoretical example that they have created, if you had spent your money in this fashion, you would earn $20 worth of cash back. But Venmo is owned and operated by PayPal. They are the parent company for this credit card. So it kind of makes sense if we're going to be evaluating the Venmo credit card to compare it to something like the PayPal MasterCard, which earns just a flat 2% cash back on everything. No categories, no nonsense, just a flat 2% cash back. So if we were going to look at this exact same hypothetical spend for this particular month, this person would have actually earned more cash back. They would have earned $21 in cash back had they used the PayPal MasterCard instead of the Venmo credit card. And that's because while it's great that your spending categories are tailored to you, it's unlikely that this 3% category, you're going to spend enough money in this category for a particular month to offset the relatively low 1% that you're getting on the majority of your categories. So as far as an everyday credit card goes, this is probably not going to be your best bet. Something like a flat 2% cashback credit card will likely outperform this credit card in the long run. But this card does offer a few categories that you might be able to exploit based on your current setup. If you're a credit card junk and you've got a lot of different credit cards, then you'll know that bills and utilities, entertainment, things like this, they're not overly common categories that a lot of credit cards have. So if you don't already have a good credit card to use for these particular categories, then it might be a decent credit card as a niche card in order to fill that void for things like bills and utilities and entertainment, etc. However, even as a niche credit card, there's probably some better options out there as opposed to just going with this as a 3% for a particular category. For example, if you're after utilities, then the credit card offered by Vantage West Credit Union, they're going to offer not only 3% in gas, 2% in groceries, so already some decent multipliers, I guess, but they're going to also offer 5% in the category of your choice. And those categories do include things like pharmacy and utilities. But if you're going to try to fill the entertainment void, then something like the Capital One Saver or Saver One, depending on if you feel like paying the annual fee or not, this card is going to offer either 4 or 3% cash back in the entertainment category, and it's also going to have some good dining and grocery categories as well. So even trying to fill a particular niche, I really don't see this Venmo credit card fitting in well for the experts, the ones that we have a bunch of credit cards. Each different credit card fills a specific purpose. And when it comes to just your generic users, the Wells Fargo Propel card or just a flat 2% cashback card is likely going to get you better rewards rates. Another big negative for this Venmo credit card is that currently they don't seem to have any sort of a sign-up bonus. And as we all know, it takes a lot of generic spend in order to overcome the rewards for a $100, $150, or $200 introductory sign-up bonus. So unless this credit card is essentially available to everyone based on your credit score, if you're simply a new credit user or someone with relatively poor credit, then honestly I don't necessarily see a big demand for this particular credit card, except for the cool factor of it. Now, one thing that I do like about this Venmo credit card is it has a scannable QR code right on the credit card. So for example, we all know when you go out to eat with a bunch of friends, you always have this problem of how do you pay at the end, and usually one person just ends up swiping their credit card and then everybody else Venmos them some money. Well, in this case, they made it a little bit easier with this QR code. Your friends can simply scan that code and send money directly to your Venmo account. And that money in your Venmo account can be either applied directly to your account, or you can have that money applied directly to your credit card statement. So that is one thing that I really do like about this Venmo credit card. So overall, I think this credit card is potentially a little bit underwhelming. Might be a decent credit card, like I said, if you're somebody that can apply for it right off the bat and have this be your first credit card. But for all you seasoned credit warriors out there, this card is probably not going to find a use for any of your spending. The redemption rates are a little bit low to be a general everyday credit card, and even as a niche credit card, there's better cards out there for the bills and utilities and entertainment categories. So that's going to wrap it up for us today. If you found this video useful, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, I'll see you all again next time. Thanks.